Hi again then guys, and so we've got another PP specific circuit setup for you today, and this time it's for a pretty popular Le Mans prototype. It's the Bentley Speed 8, and this is for the 700 PP category on this car. I've designed this to be kind of a best of both as far as handling and straight line performance. The Bentley of course is a strong straight line machine, and this is for tracks which require a healthy amount of both. So say the Nürburgring Ring, Silverstone, Le Mans potentially as well, etc. As far as tyres, I've gone for racing soft, but obviously everyone has their own preference there. As far as the brakes, I've increased my rear balance to 6, but that's just personal preference as well. I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that for everyone, because it does make the car a little bit more inclined to lock up. So it depends really what your driving style is. As far as the ride height, we've got that on 70 front and rear. Springs we've got to 1650 and 1825. Dampers to 4 and anti-roll also to 4. Camber on 3, and I would encourage you to vary that again according to personal preference. We've got neutral toe. For the gearbox, an auto setting of 249. Then for the individual gears, we've got 3, 1.9, 1350, 1025, 810 and 650 with a final drive of 3.1. For the diff, the lowest initial torque, highest acceleration and braking sensitivity of 20. I'd recommend playing around with the braking sensitivity as well, because it does change the handling characteristics of the car considerably. As far as the power, we've gone for the high RPM turbo, because that allows you to have the most power even when restricted in the 700 pp category. We've reduced it down to the 700 pp level of course, and this does have an oil change, and we've got the downforce set to the maximum. So a relatively simple overall setup for this car for the 700 pp level. So now let's take it out to Silverstone to see what it can do. Now overall, the Bentley is one of the slightly more tricky prototypes from what I've heard people saying for less experienced drivers to get the hang of. And I can understand that. It does have a slight twitchiness to it. It's a little bit slippery, as some of the more modern prototypes can sometimes be, especially the petrol ones. Overall though, the Bentley is, not too surprisingly to hear this, but a very competitive car. It's been a very competitive car ever since it was first introduced on GT4 of course, and now it is one of the relatively few prototypes to be a premium, which is pretty cool because it does have a very nice interior. Now, as far as competitiveness and where I would recommend using this car, well, the Bentley, and the good thing about the Bentley is its range. It's a very good all-round prototype. It's very strong in a straight line. It has very similar handling to the Audi R8 because it is, of course, mechanically based on the Audi R8 prototype. And it's very good for a wide variety of tracks. The Bentley is a car which will serve you very well on a wide variety of tracks. So if you decide to use this 700 pp tune, I hope of course you find it competitive in racing and fun to drive. And if you're new to the channel and would like to keep up with tunes like this as soon as they are released, be sure to hit subscribe down below. And as always, thanks for watching.